Ladies and gentlemen, over the last several months, I've been watching all the stories come out about how landlords are going up on rent. Some landlords are going up on rent multiple times in 1 year. So in New York City, six landlords were prosecuted for overcharging tenants. So, state prosecutors on Wednesday charged six property developers and their companies for taking advantage of a lucrative tax break intended to spur housing construction. As part of the Manhattan District Attorney's new focus on fighting misconduct in the real estate industry, the developers, Joel Kahn, Michael Ambrosio, Alan Panush, and Mendel Gold, Ion Sita, and George Sita were charged with submitting false documents to New York City and state, violating the terms of a much debated tax program that played a major role in shaping development in New York City over the past 50 years. The prosecutors, along with the Department of Investigation, accused six developers of having rented apartments at higher rates than they pledge, together earning more than $1.6 million dollars in property benefits in the process. Under the terms of a program known as 421A, those apartments were meant to be rented to people who qualified for affordable housing at lower prices. The program, which cost the city about $1.77 billion dollars in annual tax revenue, has drawn fierce criticism from local politicians and housing groups who said it amounts to a giveaway to the real estate industry, and critics says it is routinely exploited by developers. This illegal activity was perpetuated for years as the Manhattan District Attorney Alvin L. Bragg at the news conference on Wednesday announcing the charges. When we have a housing crisis like we have right now, every unit of affordable housing counts, he added. Jocelyn Strawber, the commissioner of the Department of Investigation, said that the conduct harms the city in more than one way, along with removing affordable units from the housing market. She said the behavior reduces the city's revenue base by illegally reducing the taxes paid by developers and landlords. So I guess they're playing a numbers game, fudging numbers just so they can have some gains financially. A lawyer for Mr. Ambrosino declined to comment. Representatives of the other developers did not immediately respond for comment. The charges come a week after Mr. Bragg announced the formation of a new housing and tenant protection unit devoted and rooting out criminal conduct by landlords and developers at a time when the city's housing crisis has deepened, with homelessness on the rise and many people struggling to afford soaring rent. Developers relied on the tax break program to build hundreds of thousands of apartments and condominiums. Recent um, incentives have required developers to include some rent stabilized and below market rentals. So they lobbied aggressively for the program and the program's resurrection after the legislator allowed it to expire in June, but were unsuccessful. They said some sort of tax incentive is necessary to encourage development and solve the city's housing shortage. Still, they acknowledge that the program has not done enough to address the growing affordability crisis. But you know what? New York has always been outrageous, you know, and I'm not surprised that they're struggling with housing the way that they do. I don't see how too many people can even afford to live there, but they do. But you can best believe they've been doing all this fraud on what they charge for rent forever now in New York City. So I'm not surprised, but in my opinion, they should be prosecuting a hell of a lot more than just six people. It should be way more than that. And ladies and gentlemen, as the rent continues to rise to just these outrageous levels, I can see more lawsuits coming. I really can. And this is due to the failure of your politicians for not regulating how much rent can go up per year. As long as it remains unregulated, you can best believe people are going to do whatever they want. I've seen stories where people said their landlord has increased their rent three, four times in a year. And that really should not be happening at all. And this is why there is a housing crisis in America right now. They said, the housing market has literally imploded, and I can see how. And now you got people that could easily afford homes. Now they're struggling to even get homes out on the market. It's even unaffordable now to many people in the middle class, where many of them could easily get houses before. But y'all, please tell me what you think about this video. Please leave your comment and subscribe. Don't forget to hit on the notification bell, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace, family.